Welcome to FELSBRUNN on Farming Simulator 19 for my new Farmer Series, Episode 2, with me, MrSealyp. I am down at the store, and I have stopped what I was doing momentarily. I was selling off my crops, which I'm still intending to do. That's exactly what I'm doing. But here's the thing. As I've gone across my silos, and this again we're coming back to various comments and things that I've found while I've been playing. And a lot of times while I'm doing my Let's Plays, I'm kind of just basically talking about glitches, issues, problems maybe that I've come across, also mixed in them with people that have commented to me saying things they've come across and they've experienced and they've found. So it's just a kind of information sharing, I guess. Silos owned, we've got that large silo, 200,000 litre capacity, and then you've got your silos other, which are 200,000 each, which is fine. What a lot of people have found is, like when you start the game, it's showing an equal amount on each. So when I scroll across, I've got, according to that, where are we? 12,677 litres of sunflower, and that shows in silos other and also my own. Now, some people have said they've experienced that's in your main silo, but then when they go to silos other, it doesn't exist, it's just duplicated it. Some people have found that it's in one of the silos, and I think on this map it's in Railroad Silo East it's stored in. So it has actually duplicated. So for example, that sunflower, I have actually got 25,200 litres, not just 12,677. So because my capacity of my trailer is only 12,000 litres, I've decided, with the money I've made so far selling some of the crops, I'm going to buy another trailer. And I'm going to go for the Agroliner TKD 302. It's another fixed front end, twin central axle with a capacity of 21,000 litres. So I'm going to go to garage. I think it's going to be tyre options. We can go for Michelin's or Trelleborgs. I think I'm going to go Michelin's on that. And then design, I can have white or colour. I'm going to go with colour. Hasn't made any difference to the price, has it? Main colour though, I can change. Dark, white or brown. Actually, to be fair, I do like the kind of standard that it comes in. I'm going to leave it as standard. And I'm going to buy that. So I have purchased it and not leased it. And brilliantly, as I found with a lot of the others, that comes automatic with a cover. There was no option for that. So I now should have a capacity of 33,000 litres. That's what I should have. Hopefully. Now the other thing I'm going to do... Why won't that hook up? Oh, seriously? Has that one got a rear hook? Oh, they've got to sort out this camera collision. Disable camera collision, because that's driving me mad. Is it because they're different connectors? Yes, that's a ball hitch and not a pin hitch, isn't it? Oh, that's frustrating. I should have just gone with the one I had. I wonder if it'll do it the other way around. Anyway, yeah, someone did say to me, because the Fiat is 150 horsepower, I should have sold that and just upgraded the Fendt. Well, it would have cost me money to upgrade the Fendt, and the Fiat was already at 150. I don't think it's going to work this way around, is it? If it does, we'll be incredibly lucky. We'll see. And that way, the last crops I've got left have got more in. Some of the early ones, like the wheat and barley, had like 8,000, 9,000 litres. These other ones, it's not going to, is it? Oh, it does. Ah, so I've done that way around. Brilliant. That's going to work. So, cover on the front one. Let's open that. That gives me better capacity. Lovely. What I'm going to do though, I'm going to try and upgrade this if I can, because I've got a little bit of money there and I'm going to make a little bit more selling some more of the crops, so why not? So we are on at the moment Trelleborgs or knock-ins are the only two choices. As for 515, takes me to 150 horsepower. That's an increase of 17,000. But 150 horsepower is not to be sniffed at. I'm also going to put front loader attacher on, because that's going to come in handy if I do want to do any front loader work at any point. So that's 19,000, but I've got the money sitting there, so I might as well upgrade it while I can. So wheels, standard, wide. I love the fact it changes the whole stance of the tractor. Standard. It raises that up, look, bump, straight away. I'm going to get wides on it. Why not? Let's just do it. Oh, just moved it over. That looks super cool with wides on. Okay, right. I was just thinking as well, because I'm now going to be pulling 2 trailers, having 150 horsepower, that little bit of extra grunt is going to help a bit, isn't it? So what I've got to do now is go to my main silo and grab, I think it's sunflower next. And then we'll head up to the railroad silo east. Beacon on. Double trailer, makes more sense. And we should make a bit of money, because some of these crops I've got left now, the sunflower, the soybean, the corn, the prices are pretty good. And once we've sold all that, we know what money we've got to play with, then we'll get the sheep in. Oh no, I need to sort out, don't know, windrowing, and I was going to do that off screen, wasn't I? Windrowing and collecting of all the grass so I can actually feed them. Would be a great idea. I mean, to be fair, I don't have to get a windrower. I could just get a loading wagon and just drive round and round and round and round and round until I've picked it all up. You know, so if you're sort of new to the game and you're starting out and you think you have to have one, you don't, but it just takes a lot longer, that's all. It just kind of makes more sense to do it that way. Nope, wrong side, that's for unloading. The other thing I'm going to try as well, where I place the sheep pen, this gravel tarmac, well, tarmac really, bit of road has now been covered over by that, so I might go and get the roller and I'll try and roll across this and see if it should take it back to its original ground state, which should be this, hopefully. But I'll try it. What I'll do is I'll save the game, I'll try it, and if it doesn't work or it does something I'm not expecting, I can always then just go back to my previous save game. It's one of the other reasons I leave my auto save off, because I just can't take the chance. So this one we're going to go with our sunflowers. Fantastic. Now I could go cross country if I wanted to, drive across my property. Actually I can do for the first bit. I could go out into the road if I want to, but I'm just going to go across my property and then head out to the road. We're heading up to the northwest corner of the map. That's where the railroad silo east is. Now, I did say in the last episode, I do have a tendency, and if you're new to my channel, I have this really bad habit of I'm doing something and I get sidetracked and I'll be talking about something, then something will happen in game that I wasn't expecting, and I lose my train of thought. I lose my thread and forget what I was talking about. Sometimes when it comes to editing I'll remember and I might add in a bit of text to explain something, or sometimes later on in the episode it will suddenly come back to me. And I did start to talk about the terraforming and that the mod was coming, because when I was recording the episode, all we knew was that on the Giants forum it had been said they are working on the terraforming mod and it will be coming soon. Yesterday they then released their video on the various different media outlets. So if you go onto Giants webpage, if you go to their Twitter feed, I think there's the video there showing you the terraforming tool being used, The version they're showing you is the PC version that's being used on the actual video, but it does say it will be available for PC, PS4 and Xbox. Again, we're back to the same questions. Will it be the same version? Everyone seems to think it will be. It'll be exactly what the PC version is, but for all intents and purposes, it gives you the ability to, I wouldn't say be a map maker, a map alterer, I guess. It gives you the option to alter a lot of stuff. Right, so here we are. And it looks amazing. If you haven't seen it already, go over, check out one of their media outlets and have a look at the video. When it will be coming to console, I don't know. So if you ask in the comments, I really don't know. All I know is what the video says, what their media is saying. Sunflowers start. So yeah, it'll come when it's ready. But it was, as far as I'm aware, it was supposed to be. They were hoping it was going to be ready in time for release, because that was supposed to come out coupled with the new placeable situation. So the placeable situation 25, yeah, that's right, isn't it? Yeah, the placeable situation was supposed to be that when you place things and you've got that issue where you might have some very steep sided embankments or whatever, you can then adjust the terrain, or you can adjust the terrain before you place a mod to flatten it out so it's cheaper. It will still cost money as far as I'm aware, but it's just the way it is. So yeah, other bit of advice from Big Papa C and a few other people have commented, with silos, the main silo's fine, and obviously the railroad silos, there seem to be a few little issues. Silo extensions, these things here, if you buy a main silo, grain silo small and grain silo large, that's fine. The silo extensions, apparently, this one here, is causing real problems. That people are installing them, putting them in to increase their capacity, but are finding that grain is disappearing. When it goes in, it's splitting it. And it's splitting it not just between the silos, but between the silos other as well. So it's either duplicating the numbers and putting it into the silo, but then when people come to access it from their silo extension or from the silo point, it's not giving it to them. So then they're going out to the grain silo other to get it in there, and it's not registering there either. The only way to get it back, as far as I can remember from the post, was then to sell the silo extension, which makes it renders it pointless. If you've paid to have it put in and it costs you 90,000, if you then sell it, you only get 45,000 back. You've lost a huge amount. So yeah, just be very wary if you're using silo extensions. It's not working as it should do at the moment. But again, with the patch coming out, which is due again, not sure when, they're hoping before Christmas. A lot of these issues should, I'm not saying will be, I'm saying should have been rectified. I'm sure there will still be bits they've missed, because there are a lot of things they need to sort out and fix. It's just one of those things. Right, so I've got to look at prices, and my sunflower prices are pretty good. At train station mill says 2517. I've got 2458 at the grain mill, 2253 at the grain elevator east. I'm taking this down to the train station mill, aren't I? I would be crazy not to. I would be a fool. That's going to make me some good money. The other one, soybean, at Port Southeast, 2,712. So, and that's got, according to that, 14,472 litres in both. That's going to be a combined of 29.4. And then when you look across to corn, that's got a combined total of 30,000, nearly 31,000 litres. So yeah, well, I mean, no brainer. So what I've got to do now is head to, what's my best way of going from here? I think go down past the BGA, follow the main road. Is that right? No trains, no trains, no trains. Fingers crossed. Nothing worse than that crossing coming down right between your trailers, or actually hitting your tractor. I probably mentioned this on one of my Let's Plays quite a while ago. I was reading Farmers Weekly magazine, and there was a picture in there, and it was about railroad crossings, or in the UK, railway crossings, and that in lots of parts of the country where they go across farm fields, or the railway goes across farm fields, they now have automated barriers, so that when farmers are going backwards and forwards across bridges or crossings or whatever it might be, well, not bridges but crossings, if a train's coming, the barriers automatically come down. And apparently one of them, wherever it was, I can't remember, it was quite a while ago now, the barrier had been faulty, and the farmer came down, and as he got onto the crossing realised the train was coming but the barrier hadn't gone down. The picture of the tractor was horrifying. It was a New Holland, I can't remember what it was now, it might have been a T6, T7, something like that. And the driver was possibly the luckiest human being on the planet, because all that was left of the tractor was the cab backwards. The engine, front end, axles, everything was gone. It just tore the front of the tractor off. Just gone. And it was literally like someone had just sliced the front off, and all there was the cab back. Another foot forward and it would have just destroyed the tractor, killed the farmer. It would have been horrific. Just crossing that crossing in just made me think of it and saying that. It was just unbelievable. So anyway, yeah, there you go. Just sort of throw that in there. Come on, car. I don't even know if I'm going the right way. I think I am. Is it up on the hill there? No, that's the livestock market, isn't it? Yeah. I could put the map on, but where's the fun in that? I prefer a more magical mystery tour approach to farming. Come on, I need to get past this guy. Let's use some of that 150 horsepower. No. Yes. Come on. Oh no, there's a car coming. There's a car coming. I'm not going to get past. Oh, come on. Oh dear. Well, I'll get there in a minute. When I get there, I'll I'm sure I'm going the right way. I need to make some money. Right, now I've built up a bit of speed. Let's go. Sorry, channeling my inner allié there. It should be left. Yes. I'm learning my map. Now I have also noticed on the end of my property at the farm I do have some trees at the end of my property, at the end of field 20. So I might be able to do a bit of lumber as well. Cut some of those down. There's a little hunting blind up there as well, so you know, maybe a bit of that too. Nice big swing round again. There seems to be very good prices here. Just hope with the new horsepower we can get up here. Now, this is a longer sell point, so what I'm going to do is, hopefully, let's go into my menu, help window on. I want it on tip side left. That's on the front one. Rear one, tip side left. So what should happen now is R1 and triangle, press it again, R1 and triangle, unload them both at the same time. Yes. Now it has also been mentioned to me that actually the price doesn't drop massively like it did on 17. When you sold a large quantity, you'd find the price would suddenly drop. 63,000. Get in. Ho ho ho. I like new farmer mode. It's my new friend. Right, I'm going to sell the rest now. I just thought I'd show you that I've bought another trailer, and that obviously the silo situation that it had duplicated, so I could get double the load. And again, like I say, once I've sold it all, I didn't want to start the episode and all of a sudden I've got 200,000 and people are saying, hang on a minute, what's going on? So yeah, it was just bit of a show and tell. I will see you in a little while once I've got all the rest of it sold, and we'll go from there. Sheep time, I think. This is where I ended the last episode, wasn't it? Just driving off it. Anyway, see you in a bit. Here's where I'm at the moment. A couple of things have changed, as you can probably tell. I started collecting the grass. I didn't buy a loading wagon, I leased. As you've already seen, I windrowed, I leased the Kuhn It has some numbers and letters and things. The GA 9531, 9.3 meter header, I think, width, I think. The animations on it look, I know it sounds weird, they look really different to FS17, but anyway. I know I've used this on Ravenport as well, but it's the cheapest one, and here's the weird thing. Being new to all this, because I'm a new farmer, that's 23,000, that's 34,000. Okay, so there's a bit of difference. Fair enough, 11,000 litres. 46,000 to 80,000 litres, that's a big jump up in price. Then I thought, oh yeah, but look, they've got the new shooter marker. But when you look at that, the Bergman Repex is 34,000 litres. The Rapide 580V is 35. That's 1,000 litres more capacity for 20 grand. That's mad. Anyway, yeah, so the Tego as well, FS17, and I'm assuming that's what's happened. It was Lely, wasn't it? It was Lely Tego, so I don't know, have Lely been bought out by Fendt? Possibly. So that's the cheapest one, and in all honesty I thought, well, I'll lease it, I won't buy it yet. What I've also done is I've got one of these, because I thought, well, unless I turn all my grass into hay and get a hay loft, which I could do, and store it in a hay loft, I'm going to have to put it loose on the ground somewhere. So I thought I would get a shelter. And I haven't really looked at the in-game shelters. I was a bit kind of sceptical, and I know the new modded ones I haven't got installed at the moment are causing a bit of blue screening. Now, when you look at the picture, they look, I mean, you assume the Easy Shed 1, £9,000 euros or dollars, is quite small. Then you've got a medium, then you've got a large. So I thought I'll go for the Easy Shed 2. It was massive. I couldn't really even fit it on the concrete hard standing I had. The Easy Shed 1 for 9,000 is the one that I've placed. That's a fair size. That's not bad at all. So I went to collect my first load of 23,000 litres. Luckily, and what I do like, because I thought it was going to pile up against the back wall, then there's always the worry you get that it will seep through or underneath or whatever. It stopped here. It wouldn't unload any closer to that. And the pile was kind of building. But you have to be careful, because as I was backing up the Strautmann up the pile so I could get more further up, it kept getting stuck. It was a real game getting out. So this now is 2 loads. The only downside is, because you've got these stanchions that run up these columns, it won't put anything around there, which I suppose it's not going to cover that all up, is it? So at the moment there's 46,000 litres of grass here. It's taken up a lot of space, plus it's sticking out further than the front here, which I don't like. Only because it's kind of mentally, you think if it rains, and you know, I know in game it makes no difference whatsoever, but just kind of for looks. I want to leave the end section. That's where I'm going to park the harvester. That's going to be for the harvester. So I could theoretically stick another load in here of 23,000, which wouldn't be a problem at all. I'm going to probably buy a telehandler with a bucket to help around the yard and do various different jobs. But what I might also do for the time being is whatever grass is left on the ground, I'm going to leave it there for the moment. Once I've bought my sheep, I'm going to collect it off the ground first to feed the sheep. Then I'll come back to this later on. This will be my kind of reserve feed. I am now thinking that it would have been maybe a better option if I'd have turned it into hay, then collected it, and I could have got the hay loft. But then that said, this was 9,000, the hay loft's 90,000. So, yeah. Nice bit of advertising there for Easy Sheds. Steelsheds.com. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to now sort out getting our sheep. 2 options available. Again, what do you do? I can do it directly from here and pay a fee, or I can lease a vehicle and collect them myself. If I do it from here, they're going to be delivered from the animal dealer and put in here. What you've got to weigh up is, depending on how many you buy, is it cheaper to lease the animal trailer and bring them yourself, or is it cheaper for them to bring them for you? That's what you've got to weigh up. I think Farm Dog might have just spoken. He may have I think we may have to collect them. Let's have a look. What is it going to cost us to lease an animal trailer? Animal transports. The Joskin Betimax will take how many sheep? 10 at a time. And I can do that with the tractor I've got. To lease it's going to cost me 1,920. So that's what we're going to do. Let's collect them ourselves. I'm probably going to... Oh, I've still got narrows on it, haven't I? And it's a little bit slower. I'm going to take the Fendt. Now, I'll be totally honest with you. I had a mishap. I didn't film it, but while I was trying to get the grass all piled up, the trailer got stuck. Just couldn't get it off the pile. It was like it was wedged in place. It wasn't wedged, it just wouldn't move. So I thought I'll disconnect the tractor, go around behind it, try and push it forward with the tractor. The tractor flipped up backwards onto its roof. That was it, done. Couldn't do anything with it. So I had to reset it. And I know a lot of people have spoken about resetting, and if you reset you lose your fuel. Not only did I lose my fuel, I got charged for fuel. Now if they've taken my fuel off me in the reset process, then surely they should pay me for that. They've taken my fuel away. Now if that's a penalty of resetting, to try and get people to not reset their implements, I get it. When people are resetting left, right and centre rather than driving back to their farm, they can't be bothered, or wherever, or back to the store, or whatever you're going to do. But if it happens by accident, if a vehicle rolls over or something, you know, the terrain is a lot more uneven now than it ever used to be. It happens. So yeah, it reset, I lost my fuel. It charged me €200 for the fuel that I lost. I then had to drive to the fuel station and then buy more fuel. I got hit twice. That was a little bit... I thought it was a bit harsh, if I'm honest. A little bit harsh, but anyway. Note to self, avoid at any point ever having a mishap with your tractor. But I guess it's the realism thing again, isn't it? You know, if you rolled your tractor over, there'd be fees for recovery of your vehicle, and if you rolled your vehicle over, your oil would probably be everywhere. It would cost you far more than that in the real world. So yeah, I'll just suck it up. I'm assuming the Betimax works in exactly the same way as it did on 17. I haven't used one yet, so we'll see. We used to be able to lower it down. Pretty sure as well we can open the cover. And here we are. So it used to be L1 and circle, was it? It used to be. Right, let's see if it does. Help window on. Unfold. Oh, okay, that's different. Unfold livestock. Has that been unfolded? Okay, so I was pressing the wrong button. I was pressing circle, not square. Doesn't do anything else, does it? Nope. So, L3. We don't want pigs. We want sheep, and I'm going to go for all one type. 1,500. That's brilliant. That really is good. So, do I go with just white, brown, black and white, or black? I'm going to go black and white. Yep. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there's no... It used to show you how many in, how many out. Just keep going till the trailer's full. 15,000. That's brilliant. For 10, that's fantastic. Confirm. Let's lift that up. I'm going to leave the cover open because I want them to have air. Let's get them back to the farm. The first of our sheep. pallets here. It's my land, I can do what I want with it. Now, I have been informed by one of my most trusted advisors that we may have an issue. Let's unload them first. So, from the Betimax, let's move them all. Press confirm. And we now have sheep. Oh yes. Awesome. Now they're going to need their grass and they're going to need water, which I'll do in a second. Now this is the pallet spawn point, the wool pallet spawn point. Now that's only a small one. That's a 4 pallet spawn point. I've been educated on these things. Thank you, Jim. And obviously you get various different sizes of these. Some go up to like a 12 pallet spawn point. But here's the problem. I have been informed that unlike FS17, and again this could be a glitch which could be solved in the patch, this could be sorted, and if it does, fantastic, that your pallets will spawn as soon as they start getting feed and water, and they will gradually fill up depending on how many sheep you have. How productive they are will depend how quickly those pallets fill up. But if you save the game and come out of the game, that pallet stops filling up. When you come back in the game on FS17, that pallet will continue filling up until it got full. At the moment, what it's doing is it seems to be tripping out. When you come back on the game, that pallet registers as kind of done and then spawns another pallet. So you might have one pallet with 500 litres in it. If you save the game and come out and come back in again, it ignores that one, sets up another one. So you could end up with 4 pallets on here with next to nothing in them, because you've saved the game and gone out to do something else or whatever you've decided to do. So I've got to be very wary of that. The worry of that is you could have 20 pallets all sitting here with next to nothing in them, because let's be honest, if you haven't got that many sheep and it takes a long time to fill a pallet, you're not going to play for that long without saving at some point. So yeah, hopefully that's going to be resolved. As a new sheep farmer, that's going to be a concern for me. I don't want to be taking half full pallets to be sold. That seems a bit daft. Right, what I'm going to do, with the 10 we've got, I'm going to feed them. And then what I'll probably do is the rest I'll end up doing off screen, I would imagine. But what we'll do, we'll go and grab our water, because we filled that up earlier. That's done. I'll grab some more grass, we'll get some of that in. I don't know how many 10 are going to take, but then what we will do is go back to the store. I'm going to buy some more. At 15,000 each load, I might even fill it up. I might get, or no, not fill it up. How much does it take? 80. That's quite a lot, isn't it? But I'll get enough, whatever that means, enough to keep us going. So water is around this side. R1 and triangle. Okay, that's not too bad. 2,000 litres for 10 sheep. So I'm probably going to need to go back and get more water. I might even have I'm thinking of getting a fuel point, maybe the fuel tank mod put in on the map. Oh, I was going to try and sort out that area, wasn't I? That might have been the next episode. And maybe even a water tank. I know, to be fair, the pond is literally just over the brow of that hill, literally between here and the store. It's really not beyond my abilities to drive this tanker over there and fill it up every now and again, is it? No, MrSealyp, it is not. And that's exactly what you shall do. Right, what I might do is actually drive across the front of here with this and just clean up a little bit of that first, just tidy up that front edge. And then maybe next episode I'll consider about getting a telehandler or a wheel loader. Let's turn it on. Let me drive across the front. Should do. There we go. It just neatens up that edge a little bit. I could do a little bit more, but maybe later on. Let's go and grab this little bit here. I left. I don't know how much 10 sheep I'm going to take. Actually, what I could do. Yeah, it's all about that OCD, people. All about that OCD. You need to tidy up this hedge because it's more than overhanging. Perfect. That's better. I will sleep better tonight. Right. Trying to turn my beacon off now. Don't really need that on. Right, I'll just do this strip on the way back. I might as well pick up while I'm on my way back there. Now, had I have bought this, what I could have done was just left 23,000 sitting in the loading wagon, which I still could do at a later date. There's absolutely no reason at all why I can't do that. Just lift that up a bit. I really am enjoying, and it's a really simple thing, but when you've got something running off a PTO, I love the fact that the engine revs go up, that it's doing it as it would do in a real tractor, because you're taking that power off the tractor. So once that PTO stuff starts running, the revs will increase, and you know, that's a really nice touch. Right, so let's start overloading. Don't know how much they're going to take. Not very much at all. Let's have a look in our menu. Okay, we have got grass and hay, 5,000 litres. So 5,000 litres for 10 of them. So if I fill that up with 80, that's only going to require 40,000 litres. And I've got way more than that. Productivity will change because now I've put water in there, they will be more productive. They've got their feed. I just have to make sure whatever I decide to buy that's got a bucket on it, or if I go for a pickup conveyor or whatever, that I keep that pen clean. And at some point when that resets, we will get a pallet appear here and we'll start getting wool. But we have made another step forward. Awesome, we now have the sheep. We've sold off all the crops we didn't need that were in storage. I still need to harvest this, and when I harvest this, I'll be able to sell the wheat off that as well. Then we'll repurpose. I still need to then seed this field. I was thinking of maybe grass in this, so I've got grass on hand, but I might not, because I can always do the field flip situation with a field that's either grass or has got a lot of grass around it. So I could actually just use this for crops. What I could do, and this is an interesting one, I'm going to throw this out there before I end the episode. If I own this plot, and I own that plot, and I blend these two together, if I plough them together, I'm assuming if I sell the one, I just won't have access to it, I guess. Although it will be ploughed right up to the edge, the border between the two, if I sell the plot, I just won't be able to use it, will I? So yeah, it doesn't really make any difference. Anyway, with that being said, we have come to the end of this episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. I'm going to get some more sheep, so by the next episode we should have as many as I'm going to get for the time being. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.